If you look at the full list of Kadokawa subsidiaries, it's enough to make you a little bit dizzy. Paperbacks, animation, movies, games, events, and even web services. Kadokawa is more than a light novel publisher. The corporation is a huge multimedia holding, which earned almost $2 billion last year. I've already talked about Kadokawa in this channel. In the last video, we saw how Kadokawa created the light novel. So why did I decide to make a second video about the same company? Because if Kadokawa only had published their light novels, they wouldn't have exceeded their primary audience. Instead of that, light novels are slowly conquering the world, and Kadokawa with them. Bookwalker, the ebook store from Kadokawa, registered more than $1.8 million of earnings. To reach that point, Kadokawa implemented a strategy we're gonna analyze, because this strategy has been built with the help of clever producers, aspiring artists, and YouTubers. Like I said earlier, you will see that Kadokawa is on many different businesses. At first sight, you could say that it doesn't make any sense to have so many different subsidiaries. What's the point of having a game studio when your main job is to sell books? If at first sight it seems to make no sense, it's actually part of the plan from Kadokawa, a strategy revolving around a concept called the media mix. A media mix strategy consists of adapting a work on different media. A novel will receive a movie and its soundtrack. Since the 90s, Kadokawa has used it massively by adapting its light novels into animes, because thanks to this strategy, Kadokawa can kill 3 birds in one stone. First, they can promote their light novels, second, the media mix increases the lifespan of the work, and third, all these other projects are more entry point to the franchise. But even if this strategy shows great efficiency, you can improve that. The media mix implies different companies: Kadokawa for the original work, a studio for the animation, a toy maker for merch. For all of them, investing in a franchise everyone is talking about is a simple way to make a profit. That's why companies regroup to build the media mix strategy around a specific series, and the traditional starting point is the release of an anime. But collaborate with other companies has two major disadvantages. First, you must share the earnings with the others, and second, all the decisions must be taken together, and it can be very long on touchy topics. So to avoid these problems, the company will build its own system. And for that, Kadokawa will do what every rich company does.
これで羽振りの器を買いたい。
Kadokawa will focus on 3 fields: light novels because it's the main business, animation for its popularity across the globe, and gaming to exploit licenses and make anime-related games. For light novels, Kadokawa didn't have much effort to do, because the company already owned most of the market. For animation, however, Kadokawa didn't acquire any studio, but that doesn't mean Kadokawa won't heavily invest on it. We will come back to that later. And finally, for gaming, Kadokawa will acquire 2 famous game studios: Spike Chunsoft, known for Danganronpa, and From Software, known for the Souls series. With all this organization, if one work meets more success than the others, Kadokawa can turn it on every support. But this system needs material to run, so Kadokawa will look for it. And Kadokawa will find it a lot. According to their reports, Kadokawa generated more than 5,000 new works last year, which is a lot. So where did Kadokawa find all these works? Usually, publishers organize contests to find new works to publish, and Kadokawa didn't escape this tradition with the Dengeki Novel Contest, a contest where Axel Ward, Bakano and Hataraku Mao-sama were discovered. Thanks to this contest, Kadokawa managed to find new works to publish. But there is one issue with this method. A work considered excellent by judges may not convince the global audience. I quoted 3 of the most successful ones, but all the others fell into oblivion. So since it's impossible to know which work will be a hit or not, the best way to not miss one is to publish as many works as possible. But it doesn't solve our question. Where is Kadokawa gonna find so many works to publish? Instead of looking for refined works of experimented authors, Kadokawa will gamble on user-generated content, a complicated expression for amateur works posted online. It's a surprise for nobody that we are a creative fandom. When something becomes popular, we are quick to pay tribute to it, with doujins, fan arts or cosplays. Even if it's done in complete illegality, these works became critical for the spread of the otaku culture in the world. But fan works also change the life for some creators, because this exercise remains an excellent way to sharpen skills and show them to potential customers. And why not become a professional, like Clamp or O'Great, who did doujins before being real mangakas. And nowadays, this opportunity is more possible than ever. You can publish your own work and make great success without the support of a publishing company. So Kadokawa is going to exploit that. Picking works from the internet has two advantages. First, the number of works is very high thanks to the free service, and second, popular works already have an audience, so it won't start from zero in terms of sales. So since the 2000s, Kadokawa published works from Shosetsuka ni Naro, a self-publishing novel website. The company will approach authors and propose them a publishing contract, and if they agree, illustrators will create the illustrations before the release of the light novel. Among the most successful ones, there are ReZero, Konosuba or Overlord for example. But there is an issue with Naro. It's a private website held by Yusuke Umezaki, and he could ask for some compensation from Kadokawa since the company took novels from his website. So to avoid this issue, Kadokawa will create its own platform of self-publishing. Kakuyomu for web novels, Mahono Island for mobile novels, and Comic Walker for web manga. Thanks to these websites, Kadokawa could have a lot of series to exploit. Once a work became popular, it will be adapted into a light novel, and if it's a success, the light novel will be boosted by the media mix system. Of course, most of them won't pass the publication step, but for the few of them reaching success, Kadokawa can extract the maximum of it. But to reach that step, Kadokawa needs to do promotion. Your work can be the best of all time, it's useless if nobody is aware of that. That's why Kadokawa heavily invests into the promotion of their works. And yet, I bet you never saw any advertisement for any light novel of Kadokawa. And it's for a simple reason. Nowadays, if people don't wanna watch ads, they will download a ad blocker, skip the message, or leave the page. In some words, attracting people with 30-second clips is dead. Instead of harassing people with commercial messages, a clever move would be to publish content to attract people and let them come. If they don't like it, they will leave and it will be fine. But if they do like it, they will stick with it. And for that, Kadokawa will massively invest into media for promotional purposes, animation. Like I said in a previous video, publishers use anime adaptations to promote their own works, because unlike paperbacks, animes can reach many more people, especially these days. With streaming services, we can discover as many new anime each season, and as many related novels. That's why Kadokawa will invest in a lot of anime projects. Last year, the firm put money into 4D anime projects, which is a lot. To keep running that crazy production, Kadokawa collaborates with Sony, aka the biggest anime producer in the world, and if you wanna know why, it's on this video. All of them will be promotional material for the novels people will buy after the broadcast. But outside anime, there is another way to promote a company: events. Whether it's real or online, events always attract people around, because anything can happen during an event. Moments that can be clipped and shared, so it will make more awareness for the organizer. But to broadcast events, Kadokawa needed a streaming platform. In 2014, Kadokawa will acquire the media company Dwango. Who's Dwango, you might say? Dwango is the owner of the popular website Nico Nico. With the acquisition of Dwango, Kadokawa will put money in the events Dwango organizes. The most famous ones are the Chokigai, a convention at the glory of Nico Nico, and the Animelo Summer Live, the biggest anime song festival in the world. But Kadokawa will also organize their own events, like the Kadokawa Light Novel Expo, or the multiple seiyuu streamings. Thanks to all these elements, Kadokawa built an unstoppable machine. They can prospect a lot of works and exploit at best the ones reaching success. So after conquering Japan with this strategy, Kadokawa is ready to extend it worldwide. Once Kadokawa conquered Japan, the company will focus on the English-speaking market. And for that, Kadokawa won't do anything different from before. Kadokawa will focus on the light novel market. In the early 2000s, the market of light novel outside Japan didn't exist at all. And the few times publishers tried to launch the trend, it was... But with the rising popularity of anime, people began to get interested in light novel. Naturally, publishing companies specialized in light novels translations appeared. So Kadokawa will do what they know the best:
これで羽振りの器を買いたい。
In 2014, Kadokawa will acquire Yen Press by becoming the main shareholder of the company. Kadokawa could have a presence in the North American market, and Yen Press will have a privileged access to Kadokawa's catalog, or almost every existing light novel. But that doesn't mean that all novels from Kadokawa will receive a paperback release. Between the translation and the printing, releasing a series is still expensive, and this is reflected in the selling price. But for novels that don't have the chance to receive a paperback release, there is always the electronic option. Kadokawa has an ebook platform called Bookwalker since 2010. At the basis, Bookwalker sold Japanese books, but in front of the rising popularity of light novels overseas, Kadokawa decided to launch a global version in 2014. And the success will be there, with 120,000 regular users. But even if the service is reaching more and more people, most anime fans don't know about its existence. Of course, Kadokawa won't acquire YouTube for obvious reasons, but the company will approach the most influential people of this platform, the AniTubers. And I think I don't need to explain why. There are people with large communities of anime fans following them, or as many potential customers of Bookwalker or any service of Kadokawa. So in 2019, Kadokawa created the AniTuber agency called Geeks Plus, and the agency already enrolled the most subscribed AniTubers, like these three guys. Oh my god! Thanks to the agency, they can create more ambitious content in various places, from the most fabulous to the most random ones. But the big winner is still Kadokawa, because the firm can promote its own services, directly thanks to the promotion and integrations, but also indirectly. You see, Kadokawa is part of the Cool Japan Forest, a project made in collaboration with the city of Tokorozawa. The goal is to increase tourism in the area, thanks to the building of facilities such as Sakura Town, an entertainment facility which is a monument for the glory of Kadokawa. And when a government relies on a company to make its promotion, it gives you an idea of how big this company has become. Kadokawa is undisputedly the biggest company in the otaku culture. Thanks to its media mix strategy, the company managed to extend its presence everywhere. Light novel can profit from the publicity of the anime, and the original anime projects can also profit from the light novel. So what is the next step for Kadokawa? According to one of their quarterly reports, Kadokawa is working on a massive marketing algorithm. With the data collected by other subsidiaries, Kadokawa wanna know more about the otaku community. All of that to propose better works. And personally, I'm excited to see what this algorithm can do. With Kadokawa, I've almost finished my series about the biggest companies in the anime industry. But there is only one company I have to cover, and this company is the one you know the least, but also the one you see the most. Thanks for watching this video. If you wanna know more about the company I'm talking about, you can click on the video on the left. And if it's not released yet, you can click to the right button to subscribe to the channel to not miss new anime business content. If you enjoyed it, you can press the like button and share it around you. And don't forget, anime is an art, but also a business. See you, producers.